Hey guys, Stephen Gilbert here from SoulLab.org, where internet marketing meets integrity. And on today's show, I have Mark Barrett to talk about his really cool new course called 5-Day Fix, which is going to show you how they made just under or just shy of $700 in 5 days with free traffic in 15 minutes a day. So this is going to be perfect for those of you guys who are just really busy. Maybe you have a child or you're working all the time, and not having enough time shouldn't keep you from succeeding online, especially because you can work at your own pace. So I'm really excited about this. Mark, thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, Stephen, thanks for having me, mate. Pretty nervous first time on the show, I think, but I'm ready to rumble, mate.
Don't be nervous, man. We're not very professional here. I'm writing with a permanent marker. So 5-Day Fix, man. Tell me about it. What makes it unique? Like, what are the unique selling points?
All right, cool. So obviously most people know that Paul and myself moved quite an amount of units last year, made a lot of products and got a lot of customer feedback, okay? What we wanted to do with this one is make sure that it was fast. That's the main point about this, is fast results and keep people motivated. So, we all know that if you start something and you've got to wait for a month or a couple of months to start seeing any results, it's all too tempting to hit your email inbox and pick up some more shiny stuff, So it's very important to us to make sure that we could put out a method that was firstly easy, but secondly got results fast. So that's the point of this. 5 days from starting, guys, and sooner for most people, but 5 days you can see the types of results we're talking about.
So make money in 5 days. I assume this is a case study?
Yeah, case study, mate. So we do all of our products nowadays as in starting from scratch case study, okay? The reason for that is, obviously, Stephen, you have a large buyers list. I have a large buyers list, and the average Joe doesn't have this. So there's no point putting out a product that shows results that we got from that, okay? So, yeah, a standing start case study, just to make sure that anybody can come in at the exact same step, at the exact same level, and see the same success.
Yeah, man, I agree. Like, that's been my policy for years now, is to only put out case studies, right? Because and for two reasons. One, because there's just something more honest about a case study, everything's outlined, every step you see, it's all in order. It cuts, for me, I kind of like it because it cuts the fluff out. You don't end up with 20 pages of emptiness and like 5 pages of the method. So case study has always been my thing, partially for that reason, and also because when you do a case study, you see like the real results. It's not faked. This is bull crap. You can see literally how it works, what the conversions were, and all that stuff. So case studies, I agree with you. Case studies are the best way to do things, especially if you're going to be selling a product online. So if you guys are listening and ever thinking about doing a product, do a case study. And kind of like Mark said, do it like as if you're like when you're creating it after you've already made money with the method. Do it from a brand new beginner mindset. So maybe your grandma could pick it up who knows nothing about computers and then implement it. So things like how to build a website, right? You would cover that too on top of the method, just so that anyone with no skills can come in and do it and succeed without having to have prior knowledge. So that is one of the things I do like about this course, Mark. I think you've done a good job at that.
Yeah, cool.
Who would you say is going to benefit the most? Like, is it going to be newbies or advanced people? Like, who is this for?
And there's another thing. We put out, why we do so well with our products is we put them out to a mass market, okay? So to everybody. Now, firstly, obviously, newbies are going to be the first people to benefit from it because it's easy. It's case study, follow this, do that, results. But experienced people as well that are looking for additional cash flow. Everybody can always use more money. Ask me, I could use as much as I could get. So pretty much anybody's going to experience, get a good experience from this product.
And a complete newbie could pick it up because, like you said, you start from the beginning. By the way, how many kids do you have again? 5?
3, mate. 3. I got.
It might as well be 5.
Yeah, 3 under 5. Well, the missus, I'm stopped, and the missus has given me the wink again. So.
Oh no. Yeah, I've only got 1. We're thinking about 2. I don't know yet though. We're thinking about it. But I love my daughter.
Yeah, she's gorgeous, mate. The thing with two is, funnily enough, my dad told me this as well, it becomes a bit easier because once they get over the baby stage, they branch off and play with each other. So it's way easier than having one, actually.
And see, that's what I've heard. Like that's what I'm considering. I mean, you only like it's only like for me at least so far. I feel like the first 6 or 7 months were the worst, and then it's just a lot easier from then on out. I mean, she's got a problem hitting right now, and we don't want to spank yet or ever. We're not sure, but she just even just sternly saying no isn't working. She's a firecracker. She does what she wants, just like her mom.
Yeah, it's funny. That's everybody's got different opinions, but I mean, to each their own. I reckon.
I was spanked. I wouldn't mind like light spanking. I'm just not sure. I have to read up on it. But we haven't. We feel like she's too young to spank right now, so she just hits us instead. Yeah. Yeah. What would you say makes 5 Day Fix stand out or different from the competition?
All right, cool. So that's actually a really good question, especially seeing as we put a lot of stuff out. So the main difference here, we wanted it to be, okay, it's a new year. So it's 2017. A lot of people are saying this is the first big launch of 2017. And the difference is we want people hitting results fast and keeping focused, okay? Now, the thing is, we don't want people buying shiny objects and that type of thing. The honest truth is if you're hitting results, you're going to be so much better off. And not only that, a lot of JVs will say, well, why don't you want people, buying more products? The fact of the matter is the more money that I make the customers, the more, they're willing to put into your higher ticket programs and take their business even further, So at the end of the day, the big difference is we want this fast, scalable, and very easy for anybody to start 2017 off the right way.
Yeah, and you brought that up twice. Shiny object is a real problem. I think everybody has that problem at one point or another, and it's always so important to focus on one thing, because as soon as you get even just one sale, it doesn't matter how much you make off of it. One sale, you're gonna be like, "Holy crap, I can do this!" I mean, I remember back in like 2008 when I was first starting internet marketing. The first thing I started was paid traffic, funnily enough, which I completely do not recommend until you're a little more experienced. But I did it anyway, and I ended up maxing out my credit card. But I doubled my money. But back then they didn't pay quick enough. They paid you every 60 days, so I had to wait 60 days to get paid. My credit card had like $700 on it, and I made $1,400. But I remember that first day that I made the sale. It was like day 3 while I was trying PPC, and I didn't make any money that day. I kind of broke even, but just to see that I had made a sale, even though I didn't make any profit, I was like, "Holy crap, you can really do this!" Like I can still feel the excitement. I ran downstairs because I was still living with my parents at the time. And I showed my mom, and I was like, "Look, I did it!" And I was like jumping up and down. It was insane. But you're right. When people get those results, they're going to be way more focused and like way more like confidence is going to be there. They're going to be a lot more likely to succeed. I like that answer.
And the thing about it is too, I relate to that as well. My first one was from a solo ad and sending out an email, but I still remember the excitement too. But something snaps in your head once you get that first one, okay, and you stop worrying about being a customer, which is essentially what most people are. And you start being more concerned with growing and scaling that what you got the result with. I mean, the fact is you only need one sale. If you can get one, you can get 100 or 1,000, So,
and it really is. There is a switch that flips, because before you make that sale, you have all those voices in the back of your head and all the opinions of everyone else saying, "Oh, you can't make money off the internet." I mean, I must have heard that 100 times, and then I did, and it was like a big, screw you to everyone that doubted me. And then I never had that doubt again. Like that doubt was completely gone, and I was just intently focused on figuring out how to make this, my full-time gig. And here I am, 7, 8 years later, still here.
Yeah, that's good. It's good life.
And the thing is, you could do this the rest of your life. Some people try to say internet marketing is dying, and it's not. Half the world doesn't even have internet yet. That's 3.5 billion people. I mean, that's a ton. So I think sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but we're like on the verge of internet marketing finally going mainstream. I mean, you hear about SEO companies on the radio now. Shoot, I heard an interview yesterday, like last night, on a normal radio station, and they were talking about internet marketing. I mean, it's insane. Internet marketing. I guarantee you, for the next decade, there's going to be college courses in every college about how to market on the internet. I guarantee it.
And so there should be. I mean, here in Australia, especially, we're a fair bit behind the times with this internet stuff. I mean, it's just starting to get out in the news now about, you know, the mum bloggers and that type of thing, as well as, but yeah, you're just starting to get the radio ads for the web designers and that type of thing. They've been cold called for a little while, but it's becoming very mainstream now, where I have the same thing. You say, you know, 10 years ago, everybody's like, you can't do that, you know, it's all blah, blah, blah. But nowadays, I employ half of the people that said that. You know? So, I mean, that's one of the things, yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's got a huge future, this internet marketing, that's for sure.
Absolutely. All right. So sorry for getting a bit sidetracked here. Back to 5-day fix. Is there any investment that's needed, like websites, traffic? I mean, I know you have free traffic methods in the course, but I know you also cover some paid traffic. So kind of walk me through it. What kind of investment is needed?
Yeah, so I mean, we always cover free traffic because some people don't want to get started with paid, which is always a good idea. You can buy it as little as you like with this setup. Okay, so we spend a little bit of money on traffic should you want to, and you can get started for 20, 30, 50 bucks, whatever you're comfortable with. You know, and that's kind of the essence of it. But like we say, we do cover free traffic. Obviously, we recommend starting with paid, because if you're not spending money, you're spending your time. You know, so at the end of the day.
Are there any coupons they could use to get started if they did want to do the paid traffic route?
I think there might be. I'll have to check with my business partner. Actually, I haven't looked into that.
I think I can just I can Google it. Hang on. Yeah, there are. I don't want to. I'm not going to give people the name of the way you're doing this, because I don't want to give too much away. But everyone, if you pick this up, when you read the name, go to Google, type in the name, not of the course, but of the way they're doing this. You'll see. Type that in, plus the word coupon, and you'll see them. Cool, man. So they can do free traffic if they want. If they want, they can do paid traffic. You kind of cover both ends of the spectrum. That's great. You know, paid traffic is always going to be faster. All right, guys. But, you know, if you're tight on money, I recommend doing the free traffic. If you have $5 or $10 to throw at it and you follow their method, you're going to have better results than if you were just to spend $10 and hope for the best. Because that's what I did when I first started. It did not go well. I had a lot of learning and growing pains to go through. All right. So let's see. I'm looking at your proof here. What kind of proof do you have? Are you going to have just images? Are you going to have video proof?
We'll roll through images. I normally do the video a little bit different. So we've got the image proof there. So we've got like $690 is an average week. We've got numerous down below below the sales video. We've got, you bring it up. There we go. So we've got numerous between $500 and $900 weeks. Now, it's pretty easy to hit these types of numbers, mostly because of the system and the amount of traffic that's rolling through and the way that we keep sort of compound these numbers. So, I mean, that's average numbers. Some people will look at that and go, wow, that's pretty big numbers. But at the end of the day, Stephen and myself, you know that we make way more money than that on a daily basis. So don't be scared off by the numbers if they're a bit bigger, you know?
And I like how affordable the course is. Does it start out at $6 and go up, or is it going to stay at $6 or $5.95 and or what? Is it going to be like a dime sale?
Yep. So we normally start 3 hours. We do it $5.95, and then we'll dime sale it up. Now, guys, obviously for the customers, this raises very quickly because we've got some serious people on board. So so it does kick in, it'll skyrocket in price. So
it's $5.95 during the 3 hour early bird. And what time does it launch? And this launches tomorrow morning, right?
Yep, January 3rd, 9 a.m. Eastern, mate.
All right. So between 9 Eastern and 12 p.m. Eastern, they can get it for just under $6.
Yep.
And what's the top price going to be on the dime sale?
It'll go to $9.95.
So they potentially save $4 if they're here during an early bird, and it's absolutely worth it. And how long is this going to be open? 5, 7, 3, forever?
Yeah, we keep them evergreen. Obviously, the earlier you get in, the cheaper it's going to be. But we do generally keep them open, you know. So unless for some reason, the only reason we'll ever close a product is if something drastically changes with the method and it's not working, and then obviously we have to make sure that everything's working for our customers, you know. So that's the only reason we ever close anything.
And that's kind of the thing too, man, is either way, whether you get it right when it launches or whenever, the best time to get it's going to be during that early bird, because they could save almost 40%. You know, I mean, that's a pretty big discount. So cool. $5.95 for the first 3 hours, 9 to 12 tomorrow morning. All right, let's do this. Tell me about the OTOs. Like, tell me about, like, do them in order. Like, tell me what OTO 1 is, tell me the price, and then tell me what's included with it. And then do it for the others as well, if you don't mind.
Okay, cool. So the OTOs are all very, very relevant to what we're doing here. Okay, so OTO 1 is basically a done-for-you series of 12 follow-up emails. Okay, so obviously the main method is based around building a list and a funnel and some follow-up series that way. Now, the real power in this method is in the follow-up series. I happen to have I know we're sitting here with an email marketing genius, but I happen to have a pretty good email marketing genius as a business partner as well. So, you know, the power is in the follow-up series. So we decided, let's hand that to the clients as well to make it so much easier. So the price on that is $27.
Can I jump in? And just so people know, this has nothing to do, you don't have to launch your own product or anything. There's nothing like that. This is literally a unique way to build a list. And if you guys don't have a list yet, you will learn, if you stick in internet marketing for any amount of time, that building an audience that you can communicate with very frequently or whenever you'd like is essential to success. I mean, Domino's has an email list. Papa John's, Walmart, Best Buy, any big retail chain you can think of has an email list, and that's for a reason, okay? So if you're starting this online business and trying to succeed, from the get-go, you want to focus on building a list no matter what niche it's in. Does not matter. You want an audience. I mean, that's going to be consistent traffic that you can always come to and send your content to, send offers to, you know, anything you want to do. So building a list is super important. And what they have here is a way to do that without having to, you know, launch and do all that crazy hard stuff. I mean, this is some easy stuff, but it's also unique. So sorry for jumping in there, Mark. I like to, you know, let people know that the list is huge. You know?
Yeah, it is. And to add to that really quickly, if you ask any top marketer what they wish they did from day one, and they'll say that is build a list, you know, and I mean, I ignored it for 2 years. I didn't want it, but I did. So, you know, it's one of those things. But yeah, so moving on. So OTO 1, $27 is a done for you follow-up series. Literally copy and paste them into your autoresponder, away you go.
Cool.
OTO 2 is obviously this works on a very unique funnel, okay? So we know that a lot of people struggle when it comes to funnel building, okay, be it the technical aspects or whatever it is. So we decided to put a really good package of done for you funnels together that you can just literally get onto your server with full instructions from Paul, and then you can be really off to the races with the funnel. Okay, so if you're going through now, you've picked up the offer, you've picked up the, you know, the done for you follow-up series and the funnel, and you're literally off to the races. So, and then we of course we have an OTO 3, which is $197. Sorry,
wait, what's OTO 2 price?
$27 for OTO 2.
All right, so it's 27 OTO 1, 27 OTO 2. And all right, tell me about OTO 3s.
All right, cool. So OTO 3 is basically we do a masterclass series for anybody that should need any extra help or any one-on-one time or any questions or anything you need to know. You jump on the masterclass series with both Paul and myself, and we'll help you make sure that you're being successful with the method. Again, the price for that's $197.
Cool. Awesome. Let's see. Are there any downsells or anything?
There is downsells on each. So OTO 1 downsells to 17 and exactly the same product.
Okay.
So
yeah, I assume you just cut a little bit out, right?
Yeah, little bit out, obviously.
I mean, that's typical. I mean, that's what most people do. All right. And so there is a downsell on everyone. So guys, if you don't pick up the first one, you'll get a little bit less on the second one for less money. But also another thing I want to point out is you don't need the OTOs to succeed with this. They're completely optional. Mark's not the kind of guy that forces people to buy the $6 front end as like a bait and switch and then buy the OTOs. I mean, the front end has everything you need. So you can get started for as little as $6, or if you want to add on and move faster and get better results and not have to learn as much, you can optionally pick up the OTOs. So they're not required to succeed, but they are like a shortcut, and they are going to help you kind of feel your way through this and get results even faster. So always something to consider. And of course, you can see my in-depth review of the OTOs below the video. So just to recap here, OTO 1 is the 12 follow-up emails, copy and paste. Those are really going to be their bread and butter. That's going to make them money. That's $27. OTO 2 is is like the done for you funnel, basically, which guys means they've tweaked and tested and spent countless hours putting together a page that converts. And rather than you guys having to do that yourself and build it yourself, they're just giving you it because they already know it works because they're using it. That's also $27. I think it's multiple funnels. And then OTO 3 is going to be their masterclass, which is like kind of coaching. It's one-on-one. You can ask questions and anything you want, and they're going to help you. And it's actually really affordable for someone of Mark's stature at $197. Usually, I mean, guys, I'll be honest, I do consulting. Mark will tell you it's like $400 an hour. You know what I mean? So you're kind of getting a better deal. And that's the thing. People buy that all the time, you know, and Mark could easily charge that. So that's cool.
Yeah, we kind of, obviously we should price that up. It's coaching. We obviously have way higher price programs as well, but we kind of find that a lot of people come in on it and get the little bit of help that they need, and that pushes them over the edge for a cheaper price. So at the end of the day, it's not bad. It's not too crazy on our time, but you know, it's definitely at the lower end.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. And see, that's why, I'm the same as you. I only offer 2 coaching packages. You've got my 2-month program, and I'm not advertising this to you guys. This is for people that are already established in internet marketing and want to take it to the next level. Not as much for people who are just getting started. But I've got 2 programs. I've got the hour-long consulting kind of thing where I charge by the hour, and then I've got the 2-month program, which is several $1,000s. But yeah, I mean, I'm the same way, and I found that having that, you know, people generally only need just an hour, you know, and then it clicks for them, like, oh, that makes perfect sense. That's what I'm doing wrong, you know. So you're absolutely right there. All right. Well, do you have any, like, this is how I like to end my interviews, by the way. Do you have, I don't know, like words of wisdom or a personal story about what it takes to succeed in internet marketing in your experience? Like, what's the key to being successful at this?
All right, cool. Yeah, that's kind of a bit deep and kind of perfect timing, being that it's a new year, actually. But yeah, here's the thing I'll say is I'm obviously a rags to riches story as well. So I come from, I mean, not exactly poor, I'm not homeless or anything like that, but just not from a rich family, you know, and now I run myself a 7-figure company online. So the fact of the matter is, obviously, if I can do it, anyone can do it, but you just need to laser focus on a couple of things, okay? Firstly, find one method, perfect that, get it making you some decent money, and then start moving on, as well as keeping that one going, okay, and start moving into multiple streams of income. But just focus. You're going to have every man and his dog telling you can't do it. At the end of the day, you know, you need to just sort of bite the bullet and say, enough of that. Let's just get it done, you know. That's my honest advice.
Absolutely. And I agree 100%. And that's what I tell people. Focus on one thing, right? Don't get too bogged down. It's really, 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 really easy to pick up 5 different courses, read them all, and then be confused about which steps go with which method. I mean, it happened to me when I first started. It happens to a ton of people. It's so important. Pick one course, focus on it, or one method, focus on it for at least 2 weeks, preferably a month. And then once you've started making money with it, scale it up. Like, really, I tell people all the time, all it takes to succeed at this and anything in life is persistence. Never giving up. you know, and that's why kind of how we talked about earlier in the interview, when you make that first sale, something clicks for you. And then they become, you know, giving up never even becomes an option because you know it can work, you know. So good. That's awesome.
Yeah, you kind of, once you get that first one, it is that thing. You can't give it up. You can't let go of it. No, I've had times where I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go back to work. I'm like, no, I can't do that. You know, you just get addicted to these online sites.
Oh, and it's very freeing, man. Think about it. You get to spend more time with your kids. You get to do whatever you want. Sleep in every day. You know, my wife was like, hey, do you remember we had to do this today? And I'm like, sweetie, most of the time I don't even know what today is. I don't know what the date is. You know, I'm lucky if I know the day, you know, but you just have so much freedom and you're in control of your own life. You know, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. And not only that, the extra cash has allowed me to do stuff that never thought possible, you know, overseas traveling, that type of thing. So, you know, freedom as well as not just freedom and being broke and having to sit at home, but freedom as well as having money. You can go and do what you please, you know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I always tell people I have the best job in the world, you know, like it can be stressful at times. It can be a little lonely because you don't, and that's why I started doing interviews because, you know, I can talk forever. But it's so rewarding and you know, it's really nice to know that you don't have to rely on a boss or somebody else to pay you and that you can take care of yourself and your family or whatever. And it's definitely a blessing, man. And that's the thing. Everyone has the power to do it. It just takes persistence. Even if you can only work an hour at it a day, I promise you, if you do that every day for at least 3 months, you will succeed. It does not matter. Constantly be learning, constantly be tweaking, constantly be changing things until it works. And then once it works, figure out how to grow it and make more and more. And I mean, that's the basic formula for every single method in the world when it comes to running a business. This just happens to be online. You can do it from home.
Yeah, that's it. Very low overheads. You know, some of the best advice I always got was how much would it cost you to start up a Subway franchise, you know, and I'm actually right into that now, into investing in brick and mortar companies, and the amount that it costs you to get started as opposed to what you make it'll never ever compare to this business ever.
Oh, I know, man. I know. I'm thinking most franchises around here cost $100,000 to $200,000. Internet marketing, you can start off with $10 a month for a website. You know what I mean? Like even now, my costs are super low. My costs right now, I want to say, are like $700 a month. I've been doing this 8 years. That's before any paid traffic I do. But just core costs, you know, website, autoresponder, that kind of thing, $700 a month. And when I first started, I mean, it was $50 to $100 a month. I mean, I've kind of increased, you know, my costs as I've gone along. It's definitely not $700 a month to start. Not even close. And I could do it cheaper. I pay for better hosting than I should, just to be safe, you know. And you don't even need it, you know. For literally for the first 3 years of my business, I had a $10 hosting plan with HostGator. You know.
I still run up until this one. We've just changed our whole process now. But every single launch before this, you know, the traffic that rolls through them was like a $15, $20 HostGator package for every launch, you know. So yeah, the honest truth is I was under $100 for probably up until the last 6 months as well. Under $100 now. We run a fair bit, but you know, incorporate prize money, that type of thing. But at the end of the day, there's still the core operating costs are under $1,000 a month, and you're making $100,000 a month. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mark, dude, it has been a pleasure. I appreciate you coming on.
No worries at all, mate. Yeah, pleasure to get on. I actually really enjoyed it. So it's good.
Yeah, no, it was a blast. Guys, 5-day fix. It's gonna show you how to make just under $7. It's like $690 in 5 days. It's a case study. You get fast results. It's easy. You can do free traffic or paid traffic, and it's very unique. You guys are gonna love it. It launches tomorrow morning, January 3rd at 9 a.m. Eastern, and for the first 3 hours. Okay, so from 9 to 12. It's going to be $6. So that's going to save you $4 because it's going to go up to 10. And it's a fast rising dime sale once noon comes around. So you're going to want to be here during the first 3 hours. You guys are going to love it. I promise. Mark, again, thanks, man. It's been a pleasure. I always love talking to you.
No worries at all. Thanks for having me, mate.
Thanks, bud. Cheers.